Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. There, it's the Rock and Roll Spot coming at you. Today, I'm going to talk about just really, like the description says, just venting about some annoyances that I and some of my friends that play HeroClix have expressed with, and also just other people on various HeroClix related websites have expressed concerning. I guess to a degree, release schedules, or not so much release schedules, the focus of the sets. So, okay, I am both a fan of Marvel and DC. Sure, if you're just watching my comic book live stream, it would seem I'm primarily a Marvel fan, but I actually do like DC. And to be perfectly honest, with the fact DC is really dug in story-wise, there wasn't a good spot to start from aside from Rebirth, and that would have required just way too much backtracking. Probably with the next, probably I don't know, a week or three, when they hit the reset button again, maybe I'll start getting back on the DC train. But we'll see. That's something else for something else. So. But anyway, so as some of you may know, I do play the collectible miniatures game HeroClix. In fact, there is a playlist of HeroClix related videos on this channel. Now the thing is, the company that puts out the games, WizKids Games, they put out a handful of sets a year. So since the beginning of last year, there have been a grand total. This is counting gravity feeds, booster sets, gravity feeds and booster sets, and including starter sets and our fast forces as part of booster sets, or whatever set they came from. But anyway, a grand total of 13 releases. 3 of those releases were non-Marvel or DC. I got probably two of them were gravity feeds. The third Ninja Turtle set and the Undead set, which I was really hoping I really hope we get more in that vein. Maybe a themed horror set every year around September, October. You listening, WizKids? Huh? Listening? And a Star Trek booster set, which again, I hope we get more of those. Again, maybe one Trek booster set a year. I'm fine with that. Also, there were 3 DC releases. There was Joker's Wild. Actually, that may have been the end of that was actually end of 2016. Let's consult right quick. Yeah. So there have been one. Okay, yeah, there were 3. There were 3 DC releases since the beginning of last year. A Wonder Woman gravity feed, the 15th anniversary Elseworld set, and the Harley and the Gotham Girls booster set. There has not. And in August, we'll have another DC release, Batman the Animated Series. But still, when it comes to it, since the beginning of last year, 3 DC releases. Okay, all right. So how many Marvel releases, you might ask? 7. That is including booster sets, and gravity feeds. That's, like I said, I love Marvel, I love DC, but I don't know. It would be nice to get more than one DC set in it out of a year. And okay, yeah, we got two DC booster sets last year just because it was the 15th anniversary. The 15th anniversary. But it'd be nice to have a mass market, more than one mass market DC set. As the well, to a degree, the 15th anniversary set. Well, the 15th anniversary set was technically mass market, so I can't really complain there. But I'm talking about a really, Anyway, that all that said, so okay, of the five Marvel booster sets, yeah, five, three are Avengers focused or related. Um, Obviously, Avengers Defenders War is going to be pretty big on the Avengers because hey, they're in the name. What about a third of the What If set, which was the Marvel 15th anniversary set, was that's actually kind of more of a guess, but I would say probably about a third or so was Avengers related, and the Mighty Thor. There was also a decent chunk of Avengers related stuff. Admittedly, yes, most of it, the majority of the set is related to Thor, but there was also a lot that relates to the Avengers. And so it relates to both the Avengers and Thor equally. Example, the Wrecking Crew. They're classic Avengers villains, but their empowerment is Asgardian in origin. So, Loki, the original Avengers villain. He also the Thor villain. In many ways, the big Thor villain too. So I mean, it's not, Thor is an Avenger. So yeah, there's a little bit of there's that Venn diagram, but the other two booster sets were actually X-Men related. Deadpool and X-Force and X-Men Xavier School. It would have been nice to have, I don't know, maybe a Spider-Man set in there. Of course, part of me is also a bit salty, but because there are certain characters that didn't make the cut for either of the X-Men sets. So, also, the next booster set, Avengers Infinity, is obviously Avengers based. It's Avengers and Cosmic. So, get some of the cosmic stuff, we get some of the Avengers, and we get a whole bunch of Colossals as well. And most likely, the next Marvel set after Infinity is being Secret Wars Battle World, will also most likely be largely Avengers based. Now, there's also an annoying DC release trend of late. Of the last 5 DC booster sets, that's going back to 2015 or 12. That's going to go all the way back to the end of 2015. That's how far you have to go for the last 5. Like I said, the last 5 DC booster sets. 3 of those sets are Batman related. You probably say, how can 3 be, Batman related? So, how can you vote 3 sets in a row to Batman? well, they're not devoted directly to Batman. The first, the second of the last five, the second oldest of the last five sets was World's Finest, which basically means it's devoted to both Superman and Batman. After that, we got Joker's Wild, a set that pretty much calls on Batman's most recognizable enemy. Oh, and there's a version of Batman that has his own sub theme. Both the Dick Grayson and Jason Todd Robbins pop up. Commissioner Gordon. Oh no, not a Batman set at all. Except that it totally is. Just because it's largely about Batman's Rogues Gallery doesn't mean it's not a Batman set. Basically. Next, Harley the Gotham Girl. Next up was Elseworlds, the 50th anniversary set, and honestly, there's a lot of Batman related stuff there, but it's. Well, to be perfectly frank, I long said that the reason that Elseworlds set kind of seemed meh to me is Elseworlds is pretty much just let's do something different with Batman or Superman or Wonder Woman or the Justice League. That's Elseworlds. Kind of why I like What If better, because What If kind of goes all over the place. The concept, not the set. Different problem, different thing, different time. But they did kind of manage to make it a little less. There's a lot of Batmans in there, but it doesn't feel as Batman centric as the way that What If feels a lot more Avengers centric. So, anyways, after that comes Harley the Gotham Girls. Now, last I checked, Harley Quinn is wait for it, Batman character, which would mean a set devoted with her as the title, on the title of it, would basically be a Batman set. And there are Batmans in the set. I know there's at least the Thrill Killer Batman, which should have been a What If, but that's, again, another irritation for another day. Okay, yeah, there are two. There is a regular Batman as well. And when it comes to Batman-related characters, we've also got so many Harleys. The Joker. In fact, two versions of the Joker. Well, okay, three. Let me rephrase it. There are three, including the Thrill Killer version of the Joker. There's also a super rare title character version. Then we've got Catwoman. And we've got Harley and Ivy. I was actually surprised there wasn't a non-bombshell Ivy, but oh well. We got Batgirl. So that's the one that's Batman related is from Thrill Killer, as is Robin. We've also that Robin, and we got Steffi Brown Robin, so two different Robins. Oh yeah, that's also two Scarecrows. Forgot about that. Bud and Lou. Oh, no, that's the. Isn't it? Yeah, that's the Bond. There's a GCPD officer. Mobster Big Tony. I mean, seriously, this is, for all intents, basically it is just another, it's another Batman set. Oh yeah, Renee Montoya, there she is. So yeah, just because it says Harley the Gotham Girl doesn't mean it. Yeah, thanks, Matt. Thanks. I agree. There, of late, there's not been enough love for Superman. I mean, yeah, I will say though, he did get 2 sets in a row with World's Finest and that, and before that, Superman and Wonder Woman. But he's been, I think the only Supermans we've had in the last year were in Elseworlds, which was actually kind of cool because I mean there were different takes on the concept. That was actually one of the things I liked about Elseworlds was that also kind of maybe not as pissed. Different takes. But so anyways, why not? I don't know. Why not for Marvel a Rise of the Midnight Sunset, focusing on the titular story as well as the follow-up, Siege of Darkness, giving us a whole plethora of unclicked characters or characters that haven't been touched in years. And for DC, how about a Rebirth set? That there's still, WizKids is still focusing on the New 52, that they're completely ignoring Rebirth. Or hell, anything that isn't Avengers or Batman. Now, there's a possibility as to why, and it's actually a probable possibility as to why this is. And that would be mandates from Marvel and DC. Say, hey, make a set with this. And hey, here's a bunch of characters we want in the next set. And so then they'd say, okay, well, we want, how do we build a set around this, though? So I'm not saying that is the case. Sometimes it is, but not always. But I would not be surprised if that is the case. Anyway, that's be it for today. I'll be back tomorrow with we'll figure something out. And as always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. You hit that notification bell for a heads up on when I'm on or when I post a new video. Feel free to follow me on various social media platforms, the links to which are in the description box down below, along with links to my Patreon if you wish to donate. As always, this is Rock and Roll Spock signing off. As always, live long and rock hard.